Hey there. Immigration filing fees are going up October 2nd, 2020. So should you file your case now and get it on file and save yourself some money, or should you wait and file after October 2nd? Well, we're going to talk about that today. I'm Kalani Hawks Villafranca. I'm the owner and managing attorney of Hawks Villafranca Law. We practice exclusively U.S. immigration law, and we're here today to talk about the fee increases for filing an immigration case with USCIS. So what's happening? USCIS is U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. That is the agency where you send your immigration application if you're applying within the United States. So that is most of my clients, and it may be many of you as well. So if you are thinking about filing an immigration case soon, I want you to know that the fees are going up on October 2nd. And that's just a couple weeks from now. So I want you to really think about whether or not you should go ahead and file your case now before those fees go up. If you're already going to file, if you already have a case, it may be worthwhile for you to go ahead and get that case filed and save yourself some money. So the cases on average are going up about 20%. So that means every time you file a case with immigration, you have to pay the government to process your application. You have to send money in when you file. Now, after October 2nd, you're going to have to send in about 20% more money. But that's just an average. Some cases are increasing by about 50% or more. Some cases are actually decreasing a little bit. So today I'm going to go over some of the main case types that I see with my clients and some of the things that might really be much more expensive for you after October 2nd, so that if that's you, you know to go ahead and move forward quickly with your case. There are also a couple forms that are changing. There's going to be a new form for work permits and a new form for fee waivers. So keep that in mind too. There are a bunch of changes happening October 2nd. So any case that is postmarked on or after October 2nd will have to have these new fees and these new forms if they apply to your case. Now I want to take a stop for just a moment and talk about postmarked. Technically, the government says any case postmarked on or after October 2nd is subject to the new rules. I don't really like to do that for my clients because the postmark can be really confusing to the people in the mailroom at immigration who are processing your case. So if your case gets there after October 2nd, it becomes much messier. So for my clients, I do not like to go with the postmark rule. I want that case delivered and in the hands of immigration before October 2nd. So that's something to think about as well. Technically, these rules don't apply unless your case is postmarked on or after October 2nd. But for my clients, I treat it like it's a delivery rule because mistakes happen and things get really messy on immigration's side if cases get there after the new rules go into place. So that's just something to keep in mind. You may choose to do it differently. Your attorney may choose to do it differently. But for me and my clients, I insist on delivery before the rules go into effect so we don't have any issues or any confusion. So for these new rules, any case that arrives, any of my clients' cases that arrive at immigration before October 2nd, I'm using the current rules. We're going to save some money. We're going to make things easier for our clients. If your case needs to be filed on or after October 2nd, you're subject to these new rules. So what are they? Why does that matter? I want to talk about two major case types that come up from my clients a lot. The first is the green card application. The second is citizenship, because these fees are going up tremendously. And they're getting a lot more expensive after October 2nd. So the first one is green card applications. And the green card application is actually changing the way they think about fees, which is why it's getting more expensive. Right now, when you apply for a green card as the spouse of a U.S. citizen, let's just take that example case because that's a case I do a lot for my clients. When you apply for a green card as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, you, as part of your application, are going to get a work permit and a travel card. And you're going to have that while your case is pending. After your case is decided, you'll get your green card and you won't need that work permit and travel card anymore because your green card will do that for you. But while your case is pending, you get this work permit and this travel card. Right now, when you file your case, that is included as part of your case fee. But after October 2nd, you have to pay for each of those items if you want them. So starting October 2nd, if you file a green card as the spouse of a U.S. citizen, you have to pay for your green card application, and you have to pay for your work permit, and you have to pay for your travel card. And that is really driving up the cost of these cases. To give you an example in dollars, so you can really see how much it's going up, right now, if you apply for a green card as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, that's a little bit less than $1,800. Under the new rules, if you want to apply for everything, green card, work permit, travel card, which most people do, that case is going to be close to $2,800. So it's an increase of $1,000 just for that one case. And that's a lot of money. Now, you don't have to file for a work permit and a travel card, but most people do. Almost everyone, I would recommend filing that work permit. You need to have a work permit. And if there's an opportunity for you to get a work permit, you shouldn't shy away from that. The travel card may or may not be something you need. If you don't anticipate ever having to leave the country during your case, or if your attorney has told you it's too risky for you to leave the country while your case is pending, which is true for some of my clients, I recommend not leaving the country sometimes, depending on their current immigration status, then maybe you don't need to apply for the travel card. And so you could save yourself a little bit of money there. But for example, the new green card case going after October 2nd, your green card case itself is around like $1,200 or $1,300. The travel permit is another $590, and the work permit is another $550. So you just keep adding these fees up. So that's a really typical case type that I do for my clients. It is about to get a lot more expensive if they want to be able to do the same thing they can do now. The other case that I really want to talk to you guys about is citizenship. Citizenship cases are going up 80% or more. It's insane. There's a huge increase in citizenship fees. Right now, to apply for citizenship costs you about $725, which includes your citizenship fee and your fingerprint biometric fee. That's going up to more than $1,200. That is a huge increase. So if you have a citizenship case, file now. Call your attorney, get it on file. I don't want you to have to pay this massive increase. If you're already eligible for citizenship, you know you want to apply for citizenship, do it now. Don't wait. Save yourself a lot of money because citizenship fees are going up from a little more than $700 to more than $1,200. It's $500 that you're going to have to pay just for the privilege of sending in your application to immigration starting October 2nd. So don't wait. If you've got a citizenship case, call your attorney. Call me if you don't have an attorney. We'll help you. And then we can get that on file for you pretty quickly. Okay. Something else I want to talk about. Premium processing is changing a little bit. For certain applications, you can file a request for premium processing. And what that means is that you can ask for immigration to make a decision on your case in 15 days. Now, some applications don't have premium processing available, but for those that do, it's still going to be available and you're still going to have to pay a fee, but it's going to be a little longer now. Right now, premium processing happens in 15 days. That's changing to be 15 business days. Right now it's 15 calendar days. It's changing to 15 business days. So that's going to change to about 3 weeks from about 2 weeks. So you're increasing a little bit there. Not a huge difference, but something to keep in mind if you use premium processing a lot of business clients use premium processing for their applications. So keep that in mind. If you're a business client or a business and you like to do premium processing for your employees, you're going to need to wait a little bit longer now. Also, I can't talk about premium processing without mentioning that I kind of hate premium processing. You are much more likely to get a request for evidence on your premium processing case than if you didn't file your case with premium processing. So I don't love it. I try to avoid it when I can. Sometimes it's useful and necessary, but just as a side note, while we're talking about premium processing, it's not my favorite thing. If we can get your case on file and not have to do premium processing, it's preferable because there's usually more work and more time and some delay involved in those premium processing cases. Okay. I mentioned that we've got some new forms as well. There aren't a ton of new forms. Most of the new forms apply to non-immigrant worker visas. So that's your O visas, your H visas, stuff like that. Or work permits. There's a new work permit form that you got to use after October 2nd. There is also a new fee waiver form. So fee waivers are not very available right now. Even for cases where they're available, they're not being granted very often right now. So I don't necessarily recommend doing a fee waiver unless you just absolutely have to, because it can get denied and cause your case to be delayed. But if you are doing a fee waiver after October 2nd, keep in mind there's a new form that you'll have to use. So that's just a general recap of the fee changes that are going into effect starting October 2nd of this year. Any case postmarked on or after October 2nd of 2020 is subject to the new fees and the new forms. So if those apply to your case, keep that in mind. Really make sure that you don't send in your case with the old forms or the old fees, or it'll get rejected and sent back to you, and it'll cause your case to be delayed. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. So if you have any questions, give us a call, 512-675-2945. We're based in Austin, Texas, but we have clients throughout the country, around the world, and we would love to help you out. Hasta mañana.